thing with all theirs, they name them afterwards, right? Like when you
Yeah,
see them live in stream, they don't have names. It's just like episode, whatever.
but it's also kind of fun because like I've kind of just been naming them like on the like for a while now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny to like come up with them. All right, cool. Yeah, we're live. All right, guys. Last time you guys were here, you guys battled with the cult that was performing a ritual. When you guys first arrived, you saw that there were um some civilians that were like nailed into the like the wall and the doors like with like these tridents. You guys had fought that air elemental before, and were some of you were struck by lightning during the thunderstorm on the way to the inn itself. Once you guys got to the inn, you saw those citizens spiked to the walls, made your way inside through a window, and were greeted with the sounds of um, fiendish chanting from the cult. When you guys came around the corner, you saw that they had several hostages that were tied up and being held against their will, with knives to their throats, basically. While the ritual was happening, you guys struck, were able to deal pretty swift defeat to their leader, Bax, with Vox getting a double crit and absolutely obliterating his health in one round. That was wild.
Yeah.
I think it was like 141 damage or something.
No, that was Dave's. He got a little higher than that, I think. No,
I don't remember it honestly, but
Dave got 141. Yeah, I forget. I wish we'd written them down.
yeah, I mean, like we could go back and watch it, but I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah,
It
I
was a
think you
fucking
posted it
lot.
like, oh, that was like the record or something. But yeah, you guys fought and killed the main champion of the cult, and then made your way down to the basement to confront Tiga, the cleric of Talos, and her statue that she had made of bronze, and yeah, did battle with them, killing Tiga fairly quickly, but then realizing that she was being brought back by the power of Talos and his divine intervention of sorts, and we're able to defeat the statue and Tiga. And when you came out, it seemed like the rain clouds had dispersed and the sun was out for the first time in several weeks, and you guys made your way back inside. Did you remember you guys speaking with Markeisha? Yeah, Markeisha, I think that's her name. The owner of the inn, and the half orc chef who is in love with Tybalt. What else did you guys do?
That was kind of it, no? What else
Yeah,
did we?
night before that was it.
Yeah, well, all we did was so we kind of settled. We had like rest of our drinks. I spoke with Ebra spoke with Tybalt. Um, what did we say? Vox sat with us for a little bit and then he went to bed. And then
I remember you guys like were you guys went to go inspect. Oh, maybe not. Never mind. That must have been before the fight, because yeah, I remember you guys finding Tiga's like workspace. But was that
we did
before?
that beforehand. We
Got
did
it.
that beforehand, and basically, and Ebrath before the fight figured out that after spending some time examining her workspace, I should be able to create a magical forge back at Leylon once we're there next.
Got it.
Because we were trying to see if I could create a magical weapon there, and we just didn't have enough time because we needed to fight Tiga.
Mm-hmm.
So then I rolled a couple times and scored high enough that you said, given enough time at a decently equipped forge like the one in Leylon, I could not only create a magical forge, but also teach someone of sufficient knowledge like the blacksmith in Leylon how to create magical weapons and armor.
Got it.
So we kind of left it at that. I took like copious notes before we went off to battle so that I could teach um teach her how to create that stuff, because that was like her hint, was like she wanted to create better and better stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So then,
Give me a history check.
okay, let me jump out of this view real quick. Right, quick. Regular history check.
Yep.
It's a 10. Trash. Hold on. I'm gonna make that a 15.
Okay, cool. Yeah, with a 15, you'll remember that the uh, blacksmith in town in Leylon, her boyfriend was one of the like city guard that had gone missing in the swamps that you guys were able to
Save.
save from the lizard people, and he was also the flat earther.
Oh yeah,
And he didn't believe in magic.
that's right. I forgot about that. Kept saying magic wasn't real.
Yeah.
And who was getting fucking pissed? Was it Tybalt? Oh no, it was
um,
Gone, right?
I don't remember, but
One of
yeah.
them was I remember one of them was getting fucking mad. Maybe it was
I
me. Honestly,
don't
maybe
remember.
could have been me. Okay. And so then after that, um, Vox. So Gone and Jinx immediately went to sleep. Gone was like completely spent after the battle. Um, I tried to buy a round of drinks for us. The innkeeper said, "No, your money's no good here." Um, so after our talk, Tybalt and I just kind of spoke about um Blast, from what I can remember. Is that right, Tybalt?
Yeah.
So we spoke. Um, yo, would you guys mind if we changed our character names on Zoom, just so in case anybody hops into our stream, they'll know who's talking.
Sure.
Just because I did drop it in, I don't know if anyone's gonna show up, but I did drop the link in this other Discord I'm in for Red Rising, and they seem to
Okay.
have like a few people that are fairly active.
What's Red Rising?
The sick ass fantasy series, well, sci-fi fantasy series that I've been trying to get you guys all to read for a minute.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
You would really like it if you could actually start reading it.
Probably.
Yeah, bro, you almost said if you could actually read.
No, I was gonna say if you actually read, but Ronnie does read the shit he wants to read.
Hmm. You know what? I don't read often, and so like when I do get into the, because like I don't
Yeah.
know, obviously like I hyperfixate on things for a bit and then drop them.
Yeah,
So it's like when I do get the urge to read, I'll like bang out like 2 or 3 books and then just be like, all right, cool, on to something else. Like
this would be one of those that it's very, very good, and each book gets subsequently better. That I think if you started the first book, you would get sucked in. Sal, can you change
yeah,
your
and
name,
like that's
please?
the problem is that like I want to get sucked into things, but at the same time, I'm like sucked into 5 other things at the same time. So it's
Yeah.
like time management.
Yeah, I pretty much just like, if I get sucked into it, that's just all I'm doing until I get caught up. I go into like straight up hyperfixation mode, and I'm just gonna like devour all the media I can about it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way.
So, right, Tybalt, that's kind of what we kind of just talked about the task at hand with Blast, right?
Yeah, pretty much. We talked about life.
Oh, I think, I
Death.
think, yeah, and I think my whole point was like trying to get to a more of a place of understanding between the two of us after like the whole reveal of what I actually am, and just trying to like instill trust in you, in that maybe if you don't feel like you can trust me as a person, that you can at least trust that our goals are the same,
Right.
and that like I'm not holding anything back when it comes to that.
Yeah.
And then I think we kind of just not plotted our course, but just said, like, obviously I need more magical juju to do what I think we need to do. Obviously establishing a place to make magical items in Leylon would be helpful, but then just moving forward, magical artifacts, if I can get my hands on them and study them sufficiently, that will at least help. And then that was kind of it. We downed our drinks and then went to bed. I think that was the session, right?
Yeah, that was the end of it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Did we level up?
No, of course not.
In fact, I think I think he titled it "Still Not Level 9" or some shit.
Yeah, the one where the group doesn't level up to level 9 or something.
Culero.
Edgar called it. He was the one that said it, so I just used it.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys might have
it's-
leveled up if like it hadn't been for that, but
it's literally called "The Group Doesn't Level Up to Level 9."
yeah.
Yeah, and that was it. Like, I think we were just gonna try and sleep it off and reconvene in the morning and see where we're going next with our breadcrumbs.
Mhm.
I know Vox had like a really big, from what we could tell, it seems like the person he's after was here at some point, right? And so he was like trying to figure out from what information we have where she is now or where she went next. And I don't know if we really examine the stuff at hand enough to figure that out yet.
Got it. Cool.
Did we I'm sorry, did we find any journals or anything on Tiga or anything like that?
You guys haven't? No, you haven't.
Because I did find a magical item on her, no?
What'd you find?
Let me see. No, I have the map glasses. What else?
We did search through the room though. I know Jinx did.
Yes,
This one she
she
found the
did.
scroll.
Yeah,
That's right.
she found a scroll. I think that was kind of it.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But like really, you guys haven't really done much since then. So yeah. To start things out, I guess it's now morning, the day after the attack on the Wayside Inn, and you guys rise with the sun. Tybalt, you do just kind of instinctually, having just locked in your like internal clock to that time of day. What are you guys doing?
Gonna set out and do just the morning ritual of rising with the sun, and as I drink my tea and go through it again, I look at the bottom of the tea leaves to see if I can tell if they have any wisdom for me.
Roll a religion check.
That's a 5.
How is that? What? How'd you get 5?
2 + 3.
Okay. Damn. With the 5, when you look down into your cup and you look at the like tea leaves and remnants of that like powdery kind of residue that tends to be at the bottom of tea, as it like dries up, as your cup is now empty and it's all settles, it appears to be, you appear to see 3 clusters of tea leaves and residue, all almost in balance with each other, separate on 3 separate parts of the cup, like almost like in triangular kind of positioning.
Mhm.
That's about all I see.
All right. Tilla just sort of looks at it and says, well, let's see if you have anything else to say. And I'll take the residue leaves and sort of just sprinkle it into the fire to let the smoke rise up and see if you can tell like if the smoke has a different shape, a different form.
Give me another religion check.
Okay. You're just trying different shit to see what
Yeah,
sticks.
I get that. I get that.
Because the last few times that I've done the tea leaf thing, it hasn't worked out. 22.
Oh, 22.
Damn.
Okay, as the
Fuck the tea leaves, dog.
yeah, as the tea leaves hit the fire, you see a large plume of smoke kind of erupt from the flames. And although they start to spread out almost ominously, or not ominously, as it starts to spill out, everywhere you decide to sit, it kind of seems to follow you. And you're always like, oh, it's fucking smoke. And you go sit over here, and then the smoke follows. Like, fucking bullshit. And like, you switch to the other side. Eventually, though, you see that the smoke is no longer, as it was kind of like seemingly like reaching out and looking, and is now kind of swirling up and going straight up in a spiraling pillar, almost as if the wind is whipping up around it and causing it to keep this particular shape. As you hear rumblings of storm clouds again, but you can tell that this isn't something that's nearby. It's more of a ethereal sort of presence. You hear the rattling of bones coming from another direction, and you feel the warmth of the sun as it starts to shine through a little bit more, and that feeling of sunshine on your skin gives you a sense of calm, as the sounds of thunder and lightning and bones rattling and it starts to kind of fade away as you are now kind of like enraptured by this sunbeam, and you feel better. You feel better about yourself and the things that you have chosen to do that led you here. You feel a very strong sense of validation, I suppose.
Okay.
Is
And
there
as
like
he's
something like specific you were like looking to get?
just a sense of that sense of direction, sense of that success from the night before. You know, it felt like it was a small win, but we've won the battle, but the war rages on.
Yeah. You definitely feel a sense of success. Like, you know that you struck a blow in the plans of the cult of Telos. And you remind yourself that although like the threats are still present and ever dangerous, you feel like you did good.
And so Tybalt will get up and start putting things away, and he says, "All right, I guess fire is the answer." As he packs things up and goes back to have breakfast at the tavern.
Yeah, as you enter the tavern, you get a strong smell of cooked bacon, roasted potatoes, eggs, bread fresh out of the oven, strong whiffs of coffee. As you see who's sitting at the table, who's downstairs.
Ebrath is sitting downstairs. This is full rest, right?
Yes, you guys are full rested.
I'll be downstairs with the. Oh, also, what I had done before we went upstairs was I had left anonymously the bag of all the jewels I had found
Mm-hmm.
to help rebuild.
Yeah, I recall. You also see Emma Lou sitting at the bar, having a breakfast by herself with a cold beer, and she notices you enter Tybalt, and she kind of like nods your way, and kind of just goes about her business. Palpius, you find yourself in a tavern that is destroyed. As you, I don't know where was Palpius this whole time. Wake up in the cart, the wagon, and you're like, where the fuck have I been? Oh my god! And you like walk into this like tavern. It's all fucked up. Everything's all destroyed. What's going through your head? You're still muted.
Sorry, I was requesting an inspection.
No, no good, no worries.
Yeah, I'm wake up all flabbergasted and be like, "What happened?"
All fucking hungover and shit. It's just like, damn, that was some good fucking whatever that Ebrath shit gave me. That shit, yeah. Yeah, so you enter the tavern and you see Tybalt and Ebrath at the table, as they're now being brought out plates of food, just kind of like set on the table indiscriminately in front of them, almost as if like, serve yourselves, but here it all is, kind of family style servings. And then Gon, what's Gon doing? Is he still upstairs? Is he what is
I will say that Gon is still upstairs, similar sort of meditation, but where there's meditation for being in the moment. Gon is sort of doing a meditation that puts him elsewhere, sort of like an out of body experience.
Like an
like
astral projection.
Yeah.
like disassociation, like
Yeah, so there's like a little bit of that kind of going on.
do me a favor,
And
roll me a Constitution saving throw.
con save. That is an 8.
All right. Explain to me what Gon is trying to disassociate from.
Mm-hmm. So in this case, Gon is trying to disassociate from I guess himself, and reason being is that himself is now attached through pact to this patron, so he's gotten to the point where he's kind of considering he's unsure of how things have been going. As far as he knows, everything is good, but after the last battle, he's felt more weakened than in other occasions, especially considering the fact that he's fought a dragon with the whole group, and even that one didn't leave him as taxed afterwards.
Yeah.
So in this specific situation,
I will say that in the back of your brain, you hear the whispers of a familiar voice, that being the voice of Ravi, as Vox Aslan Nakata joins the party. You hear the voice of Ravi in the back of your psyche, as you hear him speaking to you directly, saying, God, stop fighting. give me more control. You grow with power, yet you refuse to let me embolden you.
Eee,
Let go, Gon. Give in.
bitch, don't let go.
And as those words, flutter through Gon's mind, I will say that Gon himself doesn't respond. Is definitely aware, but
But you're like
Uh,
trying to ignore it at this point, right? You're trying to like
yeah,
push all of your like thoughts and like sensory stimulants like out and just like get back to that like zen, I suppose.
yeah, yeah, and I would say that um, Gon is doing this in an effort to um, get away from what he has um, been doing for so long now, to the point that um, he's like, well, I want to continue. I want to like follow this path. Yet I also want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. And so that is the big reason why he's wanting to meditate and separate from it, disassociate, if I guess if you want to put it that way.
Yeah, sure.
Um, but yeah, other than that, just that meditation is kind of ongoing.
Who's that void?
Huh?
You got Toothless right
Oh.
there.
He. That's Fiona.
Fiona.
She a little kitty.
Let me see her again, Edgar.
I just like slam the door open because it's time for food.
Like,
Damn,
what the
she's
fuck?
cute.
Damn, look at her.
She's
This is
super
her
chill.
hungry face.
Or also she's hungry, yes.
She's like, dog,
She's
come
like-
on. You know better
Yeah.
than this.
Yeah.
Cool. Vox, you wake up the next morning and your body is heavy, almost as if entirely made of stone. You groan as you try to like pull your body up as you awaken. What's going through Vox's mind?
Trying to figure out where I'm at.
You're at the inn still. This is the morning after. You last thing you remember was carrying Emma Lou, helping carry Emma Lou up and like putting her on the table to be stitched up, and then passing out in your chair at the table itself. But then not being able to sleep because Ebrath and Tibble were up all night talking and drinking, and so yeah.
I think I probably want to check on Emmylou.
Cool. She's downstairs at the bar having herself some breakfast and a beer. She greeted the group, but didn't really like engage with them the whole time. She kind of gave them a like curt wave. As you come downstairs, you also see that Ebrath and Tybalt are at the table along with your good old buddy Palpius, the forest himself.
Damn,
The
sick
forest
nickname.
himself.
Sick ass nickname, the forest himself.
Emmylou the one that was fighting with us, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was the human
Okay.
like fighter that
Wing
was
fighter.
assisting.
Right.
She was our front line for that whole fight.
Damn, Dave, you got some grace coming into that chin hair. What's going on there?
Oh yeah.
Oh, really? Look at fucking senor right here.
Mm-hmm.
Órale.
Órale. Like that girl that overrolls her
Yeah.
R's.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh shit. Oh shit. All right. I'll approach the table.
Look at this sick ass fool with his beanie and everything. Damn.
Damn.
I approach the table. Because you said Emmylou's okay, right?
Yeah. She's pretty beat up, and but you know she's got a good night's rest. Is hurts for her to move, but she can move. You know, and that's good enough for her.
Damn.
This
Okay.
isn't her first rodeo. You know.
Right. Okay. Seeing that she's doing okay, I will approach the boys. Rough night there, eh?
Yeah, man, wouldn't have been as so rough if we had our muscle with us. And I'm gonna kind of like lean and like kind of jab Palpius
And where
in
the
the side
fuck were
with
you?
his elbow with my elbow.
Yeah, blame this little robot. I don't know what he did to me.
What do you mean?
Whatever he gave me knocked me out.
Bro, I gave you normal alcohol.
I don't believe you.
I mean, okay, believe what you want.
Despite what Palpia says, he's actually a lightweight when it comes to booze.
That, oh my god, that's so funny.
I'm gonna sit down. Did you guys order some food yet?
Yeah, we have
Um,
like hella food in front of
Yeah,
us.
there's like
We have like a
hella, like
smorgasbord.
papas and eggs and bacon,
Everything they got.
all just like on the table, just kind of family style. Grab what you want.
I absolutely grab what I want. I start grabbing some food.
Cool. As you guys are enjoying your meal, Marquisha, the half elf owner, comes over to you and greets you guys and says, thank you guys again for everything that you've done. I truly appreciate you saving us yet again. We are forever in your debt. Anytime you guys stop in, it's on the house. Is there anything you guys would like to ask her?
I'm gonna,
Marquisha?
yeah, Markeesha.
She's on the map.
Oh shit.
Oh, I'm sorry, Martisha with the T. not a K.
Marquisha. Okay.
Mar-
I'm still loading everything up over here, so my apologies.
Like, is that Sharkeisha's cousin?
Fuck. Yeah, so I'll say Martisha, how long do you think it'll be until you're up and running? Back to, obviously you're running now, but back to old form.
Yeah, and she says, Ebrath, I think it's going to take us quite some time. There's a lot of repairs that need to be done before we're able to be back up on our feet, but it seems like the storm has passed and the worst is behind us. I will be on the lookout for new hired help. So if you know anybody that can make a strong drink, send them my way. But we've been through things like this before. We'll get through them again. We'll do what we must.
Yeah, definitely. If we can be of any more assistance, please let us know. So far you're one of our favorites along this road, so hate to see you guys go out of business.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. I feel like that shouldn't be the case given your history here. It seems like we're 0-2 for enjoyable evenings. But I appreciate the sentiment.
Of course. Is there, can I leave you any sort of tip to help you with your repairs?
And she says, "Oh, that won't be necessary." And in the scuffle, I was able to discover a small cache of gems that were left behind by one of our evil assailants. I think this will suffice in getting us kickstarted to get up and running again.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure. Just want to make sure you guys have all you need. Like I said, your hospitality, despite what's happened here, I know none of that's your fault, and your hospitality has been legendary.
And she smiles, but then you see her Edgar Tybalt, you see the corner of her mouth kind of turn down for a split second, almost like a micro emotion, as she says, I really thought that they were different people. They came in and talked about starting anew and turning a new leaf, and for a while there, seemed like they were very sincere with wanting to make this dream a success. I mean, they talked to all our guests. They did all their daily duties with a smile, and it seemed like they were genuinely happy here. I'm ashamed that I didn't see through their facade.
Oh, don't take that to heart. Sometimes people are just like that. You know, sometimes you're betrayed by those you trust the most. And I'll kind of Erbeth will kind of look away as he says that with a kind of like a mournful smirk on his face.
Martisha kind of smiles at you at breath and she says, "Thank you. That means a lot." The young bard who was taken, I fear the worst for him. The woman that rode away with him was terrifying. She almost relished in the chaos and pain and the agony that was taking place, like she was proud for having played her part in it. And I remember Bax and Tiga mentioning a woman that fit her description, and when she walked in, I don't know why, but I just felt like I knew that was the woman from their stories. And I was almost excited to see her. I was almost excited to put a face to the name. But it seemed like the moment she was there, everything changed. Once Bax recognized her, it just all happened so fast.
Do you know, and I'm sorry if we've asked this before, but do you know where she would have taken this bard? Was there any inclination or clue as to where they went?
The last thing I remember her saying to Bax was that the map would lead the way.
Ooh. Bax had a map on him?
You guys never checked?
We'd never checked. We see his body? Is it still here?
It's somewhere, yeah.
Real quick, I have a bunch of handwritten notes that I never transposed to the notes. I don't know if you guys covered this when you were refreshing, but I'm just gonna read them. They're fucked up, but Tiga's in the basement dead. She was a devotee to Talos. There was a pale olive-skinned, not elf, not drow, that looked like me somewhere. She took the bard and rode off into the distance. She was a part of the basement. I don't know what that means. Took the bard with them. Not sure why, but it seems like an important point. So those are my notes on. Do we know that entity's name?
You never got it, no.
Okay. And there was a mention of a blacksmith back in Leylon. There was a half orc
Yeah.
that may be able to help me with something.
Yeah, so we talked about how I looked through Tiga's stuff and I didn't have enough time to help you with what you needed there, but I learned enough by studying with what I already know and what I learned from her whole setup. I can teach that blacksmith in Leylon how to produce magical weapons and armor now.
That's right. That's right. Yep, I remember that now. Okay.
I'm gonna say, Martisha, I'm sorry, but it's very, very important that I'm able to find the map that Bax may have had.
Because, well, the staff all have quarters here at the inn. They live here on premises. We all do, and there is a employees only lounge of sorts upstairs. I think that might be a good place to start. All of their belongings are up there. Nobody's touched it since yesterday. It's as they left it. I haven't had the heart to go through any of that yet.
Okay. Thank you. Lovely breakfast. I will be right back. And with that, I grab like my napkin and wipe like whatever fucking grease is off my face. Push myself off with my little fucking feet sticking off the chair. Hop off and point. I'm asking her like, where exactly am I going?
She says, upstairs, it's down the hall. You'll see different rooms. You'll find it.
Thank you. You guys, I'll be back. And you hear tick, 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 as I fucking take off. And I'm gonna try and start searching those rooms.
Cool.
Try and
Yeah,
find
we'll
anything
get there
of
in a
note.
bit.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't really need to eat anyway, so I'll leave you guys to it.
Kurog comes out from behind the kitchen there, and she has some more food on her with her. She kind of drops it off at the table, and she says, "Tybalt, would you like any coffee, Tybalt? It's freshly brewed."
Tybalt says, no, thank you. I'm more of a tea person myself, but I'm glad you came over. I'd like you to meet someone." And I point my hand in Papias' direction and say, "This is Papias. He is the newest member of the team. I wanted to introduce you to, and so that you knew his face and his name, and you knew that he runs in our circle."
She looks at Palpius and she kind of like flashes a smile and then kind of like rolls her eyes in like disgust. And she's like, "Well, Tybalt, if there's anything that I can get you, just all you have to do is ask."
I only ask that you treat Papias with the same kindness and respect that you treat me.
Fuck, am I just chopped livered or what?
And she looks over and she says, "If you're chopped liver, I wouldn't feed it to my dogs."
You really want me
Damn,
to
bro.
just fucking go barbarian and just fucking just finish off the rest of the inn, right, Gabriel?
Hey, it's already halfway there, you know. Demolition before restoration, correct?
Dang.
Damn.
Got your ass.
But yeah, so she, kind of, smiles at the rest of the table and says, "Well, if anybody needs me, I'll be in the kitchen. Just call out. I'm not far away."
And Tybalt looks at Papias and says, "Hey, I think she's negging you. I think you should
Negging you.
You should go talk to her."
And to further explain or to describe Kurog, she is a half orc female who is
Shit.
big as fuck, buff as fuck, and is a hell of a chef.
Damn. Sell.
She's just like, "Who the fuck?" She's just listening in the kitchen, like, "What are you gonna do, Sal? Are you gonna go talk to her, Sal?"
Hey, they're trying to hook me up with a half orc.
You are a half
Yes.
orc, bro.
Absolutely.
Damn. You hate your own kind, bro? That's some self-hatred.
That's what
Pretty
I
common
heard.
occurrence, yeah.
Right? Nah. Hard pass.
Hard pass.
Oh,
Doug, you've been
hard
in a
pass.
forest by yourself for 30 years and you're still like, nah.
Bro, he's George of the Jungle.
Yeah, well, she pissed me off. So at this point, I feel like taking my axe to her, the back of her head. But
Oh shit, all right.
Bro,
It's
tell me you're
gonna be
toxic
like
without telling
that.
me you're toxic.
Toxico.
nice.
Fucking Palpus is all eating hot Cheetos and shit.
Wonder why his stomach hurts.
Listening to Bad Bunny.
What the?
No, that's too far.
um,
You got me fucked up with the Bad Bunny.
You got me fucked up. Toxico
Alright,
was
well-
fine, but Bad Bunny, hell no.
yeah. All right, cool. Let me change the map real quick to the second floor as here we go.
Hey,
Hey.
hey. Oh, hold up. All right, BRB. I'm just gonna grab a bottle real quick. I'll be right back.
What's
We
everybody
haven't
else
gone
doing?
down to.
Is everybody else staying downstairs? Are you guys coming upstairs too, or what are you guys doing?
I kind of want to go check out Tiga because we haven't looked at her body or anything yet, have we?
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
kind of
we did.
went over the
We did?
room. You guys
Oh,
were
okay.
ended combat.
Okay.
Jinx had found like a scroll. You guys inspected like her armor and stuff.
Okay. So is it safe to say we didn't learn anything significant from Tiga?
You guys didn't really have the opportunity to. You guys kind of killed her.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Same with Bax. You guys fucking double crit Bax.
You're welcome.
How much was the damage? We were trying to figure it out earlier.
It's 140 something.
God damn.
I think it's 141 or somewhere in that range. It's somewhere in the low 140s.
But other than that, are you guys like letting Abrath go upstairs by himself, or what do are you guys staying
No, I'll
downstairs
come.
with me?
I'll come with them. I'll
Okay.
come with them.
Just trying to get a feel for who's up here.
Yeah, I'll say
You're still up here, Julio. Or
oh,
go.
they're going to the rooms. Gotcha.
Real quick, did we get a long rest?
Yes, you
Or
did.
how long? Okay. Fuck
Okay,
yeah.
cool. I'm back.
Let me double check. I got that.
And
too.
we back. And we back.
Yeah. I'm
So
at
you
max
remember how to do a
health.
long rest, right? You get all your life back and all that.
Bro, I've been on long rest since last fucking sesh.
All right, man. All right. I'm just making sure. Fuck.
It's been 84.
You don't gotta go all Palpius on me. Fuck.
Damn.
I was talking
Get
to
a box.
Sal, not Palpius.
I'm still pissed off
Oh.
about the Bad Bunny comment.
Yeah, and in fact, Palpius from the kitchen, you just hear.
Licking my hot Cheeto fingers.
Yeah.
What does it look like in this hallway if we're up here?
Well, knowing what you know about hallways, it looks like if you look in one direction, it goes for a while, and then there's some double doors. And if you look in
Wow.
another direction, it goes for a while, and there's a couple doors.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really did you like that, bro? So Vox is up this upstairs with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I hear anything up here?
No, you don't.
All right. I'm gonna walk down. Are any of are there names? Are there like little signs for each room?
No, they're like the rooms aren't like labeled in any way, if that's what you're asking.
Oh, so she was pretty much saying go to the like employee area, right?
Kinda, yeah.
And where did she say it was?
Oh yeah.
She says that you go down a hall, go down another hall, you'll find it.
Okay, so go down a hall. I would say probably go down this hall. Oh shit, it's a bit okay. All right, that's his room.
I'm tagging
So-
along.
Would I know like which one of us were in which room?
No, like you wouldn't know that. Well, yeah, I would say so because
Like,
Like,
if just the
that's-
party members.
that's kind of where you guys like would have stayed. So
Okay. So then I know that
Gon's down that way.
Gon's down here, so then that's not where she's trying to tell me to go.
exactly.
So I'm gonna go down here and is okay, another hallway. Keep going to here. And then does this room look different than the regular like
Yeah, it's a double door. You gather that
this
it
may be the break room she was talking about?
yeah, like knowing just the structure of the like hallways that you just walk down, you gather that this probably has a like larger portion of the I don't know.
The space?
Upstairs space, yeah.
Okay, so I will I'll try and open the door.
It's locked.
It's locked. Okay, I am proficient in thieves' tools.
Okay.
Can I try and pick the lock?
Sure, give me a sleight of hand check.
Does sleight of hand add anything because I'm using thieves' tools?
No, because thieves' tools would be your dexterity modifier plus your proficiency modifier, which I believe should equal your sleight of hand. And if it doesn't, let me know. and then we'll-
It doesn't. No, it would be an additional 3 if I added my proficiency.
Oh, okay. Okay, so then you're not proficient. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, go ahead and do your +3. Do
Okay. I'll just add 3 to it.
got it.
Okay, so here's my regular sleight of hand. 20.
Yeah, that clicks it open just fine. And as you
Go in. Okay, so this does look more of like a hangout area.
yeah, you see that there are some like beds and like a workspace. You see that on the table there is a large map and
Okay.
a few
I'm
other-
gonna put the glasses on
Mhm.
and then go over to get up onto the chair, look down at the map. Do I see any mysterious highlighted markings now that I have glasses on?
As you look down at the map, you see that there are flecks of arcane energy that are like shining up off the map, seemingly denoting locations.
Yo, I'm gonna say Vox, I found it. I'm gonna fucking wrap up the
What is it?
Vox,
just
when
wait,
you
just
look
wait.
over, you see a map of the Sword Coast, and nothing appears to be out of the ordinary about it.
What is it? What do you see here? I don't see anything. It looks like a map.
I know,
Normal
I
map.
know. I have my glasses, the glasses that show the magical markings. Let's go show everybody.
Let me see it.
The glasses?
Yeah. Yeah. I want to see. I want to see it myself.
I mean, all right. Here you go.
I just like don't even. I don't even put them on. I just kind of look through them at the map.
Without even putting them on, you see like tiny like motes of light kind of through the lens, but not because you're not wearing it, you can't like focus on like where they are in relation to like the map. It's a little bit distorted because of the curvature of the glass or whatever. It's not your prescription, I guess.
Right. Okay. And right away I just say, "Oh, that's definitely different. This isn't my thing. You can go ahead and handle this. I don't deal with devices."
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. We should just let's take the map down. We can all look at it together and we can I'll mark it with something so we can use it without the glasses.
This is really interesting. I don't think I've seen anything quite like that before.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of
Um,
like when you're young and you have like the invisible ink and like the decoder rings and shit, you know?
Vox is like, what the fuck is invisibility?
yeah. I'm gonna take it like a quick look around the room. Maybe even not necessarily that quick. I kind of want to walk around and inspect things a little bit, see if there's anything else here of interest. This is still like a functioning sort of hotel, right?
Yeah. This is clearly like employees' quarters.
Okay.
But no, this is a functioning inn. You are correct.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't really want to steal anything here, but I do think we should take the map. Let's head down, Ebreth. I'm
Yep.
ready when you are.
God, I'm gonna roll it up and then just put the glasses like up on top of my head and fucking just back downstairs.
Cool. Gon, are you staying put or are you joining them downstairs at this point, or what's?
I would say, Gon is he means to catch up, but he's kind of locked into the whole meditation.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, can I do one thing before I leave the room? Sorry.
Depends on what you're trying to do.
Just put the glasses on and just look around the room to see if I see anything else.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception check. It's a 10. I'm gonna burn another flash of genius, so it's a 15.
Okay. You look around the room and you see that there are letters on the desk space, and there is a ship inside of a bottle on the table that's next to where the map was. Ship looks like it's pretty cool, like made out of bones. There's like a big skeleton on front with like a halberd at the mat, like the whatever the front of the ship is called. What is that called? I feel like
The mast? No, not the
No.
mast.
no, the mast is the big, like that's what I was
Right,
gonna
right,
say.
yeah.
I
Prow?
was wrong.
The prow? No.
No,
PROW.
I don't know. I don't know, like nautical lingo, you know.
Well, that's on you, Ronnie.
I know. Like which one's starboard and like port side or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. One's left, one's right, but I don't know which one's which.
Yep.
But yeah, you see that there are letters on the desk there. There's this.
Yeah,
ship
it's a
in-
prow.
Got it. There is like a ship in a bottle, very like old school kind of like like a,
Unprepared DM.
yeah, you know, there is like a pack that's seemingly on a chair with like a bedroll and like a backpack. There are books and scrolls kind of just like in the shelves there. It looks like the personal like effects are kind of in these like little nightstands to the like in between the beds. But nothing that like stands out as like magical or like out of the ordinary per se.
Okay, yeah, so nothing that's standing out because of the glasses, just normal like
Yeah, just normal
effects.
shit.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Everything's like a little bit blurry, like it's hard to focus on anything.
Is there a little scrap of paper somewhere
Yeah, there's a couple scrolls on the table there.
and like a writing utensil?
Yeah, there would be a pen. And some
I'm
ink.
gonna go through my pack. I'm gonna pull out 100 gold. I'm gonna pile it on top of the little scrap of paper and just write for all of you, signed the Fandalorians.
Cool.
And then I'm gonna run out.
Remove 100 gold from your inventory, please.
You get it. Done.
Or Vox, what about you? What's Vox doing? Is Vox muted? Vox is muted.
God damn it. I was just saying
I see you like moving your thing, but also like I don't hear anything.
I want to just take a look at these bookshelves. Sorry if you already said what they were. I didn't quite pick it up or hear it.
Just like I said, there are like books and scrolls kind of like in the shelves, different like encyclopedias and like the botany of the Sword Coast and you know, shit about like the world. There's like some fiction, some nonfiction. Um, what are you looking for?
Probably anything having to do with survival and like maybe techniques that are used for survival in this area.
Yeah, like I would definitely say that there is a like Sword Coast guide to the wilderness and wilds of the Sword Coast or whatever that would kind of like detail like animals you would expect to see in certain areas or the different climate zones of the Sword Coast and like vegetation that you would find there, fruits and food sources that you would find in places and
Exactly. Yeah.
kind
So I'm
of
looking for like the Boy Scout manual type of shit.
basically yeah and
Yeah.
this is in there for sure.
Okay. So I'm gonna grab those, and I think I probably pretty obviously hear Abrath dump the fucking 100 gold on the table. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna walk over and probably leave like another, I don't know, 10 gold. And on his note, I'll write below where he wrote, and I'll put "and for the books."
You
Okay.
fucking stole some.
Yeah,
Oh,
mine now.
Yeah, and I'll say like where you signed it, it's all like smudged and dirty, like
Yeah, it's all fucked up for sure.
it's all smudgy and fucking like dusty and shit.
Yeah, different writing, the whole thing for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys, is there anything else you guys want to do up here?
No, that's it. I'm gonna run down. Like I said before, I'll just run down with the map and
Yep. I want to head back down. I'm not too interested in exploring much else down here.
yeah,
I'm
same.
more interested in figuring
I
out what the
found-
fuck's going on with this.
I found what I wanted. I don't want to get into like anyone else's personal facts or anything.
Exactly. Same here. Oh shit. I was like
So-
loading.
So I'm gonna
It's all dun, 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 dun.
fucking Pokemon battle. So I'm gonna fucking as I'm running back to the table, back to my seat, is everyone still eating?
Yeah, I would say so, unless they choose otherwise. But yeah, I think that's a safe assumption. If you guys would not like to be eating, you guys can state what you're doing now. Okay, everyone's there.
All right. Oh yeah,
Eating.
because Sal's here, but
How long were
I
you
guess
guys gone?
I would say
kinda-
they were probably up there maybe like 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
it would have been literally like we found it right away. I found the map right away. We fucking jetted.
What was that? No. You're muted.
I said I'm still stuffing my face.
As Abrath is approaching the group and sort of explaining probably what the map is or whatever, I'm gonna tell Martisha, hey, there's some books that'll really help me. I left some gold upstairs for you. And I think Abrath left a little something for you too.
And she looks at you and almost in like exasperation is just like, I told you guys, you don't need to dote over us. I appreciate the contributions, but they're unnecessary. We'll figure things out. You guys have done enough.
Bro.
Thank you, Martisha.
Thank you. Yeah, there's just a dead body there.
Yeah, can I just shoot like a fucking like look at him like, dude, bro, it's supposed to be secret. Like they're not gonna find that till the end of the day when we're all gone. So I'm gonna jump up on my chair again and just kind of start like fucking using like my whole arm to like make room so I can put down the whole map.
Yeah, just clearing the table.
Guys, I'm not like pushing anything like onto the floor, but I'm like definitely like fucking like, all right guys, look, and like push everything. I mean, as much as my arms will do, so it's not the whole table. It probably doesn't reach table. I'm just pushing stuff basically to like where Palpius is, just giving him more food.
Calbius looks annoyed as you like move the food over.
So I'm like, all right, I fucking found it. And I go and like lay down the map, and then I put like, like a cup like on one end, candlestick on the other, let like the bottom like kind of roll off. Put the glasses on, and I'm like, oh shit. And I'm tapping myself. I'm like, does anyone have like a coal or a pencil or anything?
I think I have a transcription kit or something like that. Some kind of, hold on.
Yeah, Vox reaches into like the back of his pants and like pulls out like a lumpy like chunk of coal, and he's like, "Here you go."
Little fucking
Here you
cerote.
go. Yeah,
That's
it's all crumbly,
He's
but
like,
it like makes it works well as far as like marking things.
he was like, you're lucky. That was almost a diamond.
He's like, I was holding it for a while.
I'm like, that's so funny. I just see him looking at him like, what? I was saving for Tibble.
Just in case, you know.
Just in case.
So I'm like, all right,
Free
that's perfect.
revives.
I'm like, perfect. And then I'm like,
This is where
Wait,
the
hold
this is
on.
where the campaign changes. It's
Ugh,
no longer about fighting
like-
cults. It's about like establishing the diamond market, and
it's just Vox's
Vox
cheeks. Vox's cheeks
being
just make a new
constipated
diamond.
for a while and then pushing it out finally.
You gotta.
All right. You know what's gonna make
All right.
this better? I'm proficient with alchemist supplies. That should just be like my thing. I create alchemical transactions within myself by just holding my shit.
Oh my god, just pooping it out.
Yeah.
It's
Bro, it would
like,
be
well,
perfect.
there's a huge market for bat guano, so now imagine like actual diamonds.
Oh shit. So I'm like, all right, guys, look, put the glasses back on, and it's Ronnie. So is it basically just it's just a map of the Sword Coast, right? So it's similar to the map we have. Okay, I'll wait. I didn't realize he walked off. My bad.
The same, it just has a bunch of Jolly Rogers on them.
Hell yeah, bro. Have you watched the new One Piece live action?
Yeah, I
Dude,
enjoyed
it's
it. For,
fucking good, man.
Fuck
I
off.
like it a
I
lot.
enjoyed it.
Fuck off.
I think for me, it took a little bit for me to get used to the live action Luffy.
Yeah,
Luffy mainly.
dude.
And
I
the-
honestly.
Do you guys think as a non-anime fan I would enjoy this? Because I kind of want to watch it.
So
Dude, watch it.
I think kind of the same thing as Edgar. You're gonna be thrown off by the main character at the beginning because of how goofy he is, but he very quickly gets grounded by the other characters in his crew.
Okay.
So they pretty much just act as a foil to him being super wacky all the time.
Okay.
So it's not like don't come into it, see him being wacky and be like, oh fuck, it's gonna be everybody's gonna be like this, because that's not the case.
All right.
That's actually why Brianna likes the show, is because she likes how fucking goofy Luffy is. Because she saw him, she was like, oh, is that how he is in the anime? And I was like, 100%. She was like, that's cool. I like that they translated that. And I think they do a good job at. He's obviously not full blown Luffy, because full blown him live action would fucking not work. They do a good enough job at bringing him down a little bit. And then, like I said, once you get the other characters involved, it's much funnier when they foil like him being a fucking big old dummy, you know?
Okay. Cool.
And
I
it's
think
really
they
cool.
Also, the whole Netflix always has a way of like translating anime moments to live action, and it doesn't always translate. And I think it's more so like translating anime moments to live action. It just has a bit of a wacky
It's hard to do, yeah.
feeling
It's
to
hard,
it, you know, like
yeah,
in an anime or animation, great. Live action, it's like, it's a little, can get a little awkward looking sometimes. But you know, if you take that for what it is, then you can enjoy it. It's a style, right?
They
It's just a
also
style.
what they do best with this adaptation is they capture the dramatic moments very, very well. Because like dramatic moments in that type of shonen anime is still very, very over the top and can kind of take you out of it if you're not used to it. Whereas they still keep the gravity of those moments without them being too over the top, you know? Like
Gotcha.
it's enough that if you've been following it, those dramatic moments hit you hard because you're invested in the characters, but it's not wacky or over the top enough where it really pulls you out, which I thought was really, they did a really good job. The fight scenes are very entertaining as well, and the way that people use their powers and the way it's animated and shit.
Yeah, it sounds like I should check it out.
Yeah, I would
yeah.
say give it a shot, man. It's worth.
It's
worth checking.
it's 8 episodes. Each episode's an hour.
Is it
So
done?
the first season's done. It's 8 episodes, and it covers like, you meet everybody but Chopper.
Oh, cool. The little like reindeer guy.
Yeah, which makes sense because
Is Zoro
that's
in
like,
it?
yeah. He's the first guy.
Yeah, I was
he's
gonna
the
say I
first
think
person
he's
you
one of
meet.
the first people, right?
Yeah, he's the first crew member. It covers legitimately like the first 3 small arcs.
He's the coolest character. I don't give a.
I love Zoro's my favorite
As
character.
somebody that doesn't watch One Piece, I think Zoro's the coolest.
I love Zoro is legitimately my favorite character, and what's his name, Makinyo, does a fucking great job at being like real dry, being like, he's like the tough guy, but he's not really like over the top tough. He's just like gruff and quiet and like serious. But he has his fucking stupid ass moments, like him not being able to like tell direction. That's like a
He's
big
kind of like
running gag.
Sanosuke. Like
Yeah, exactly like Sanosuke. It's because his funny moments are at his expense. It's not him being funny.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm pull out the map, pull out my glasses, and I was asking, is this map like the same like similar to the map that we have of the Sword Coast?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm just gonna pull it out and be like, okay, cool, same map that we have, but I pull glasses on and I just start marking everything I see with the glasses on with the charcoal. And
Who has the map with the dots?
The old one with the black and
Blue.
blue? I'm not sure.
you did actually.
Yeah, other boxer
Box had
god
it.
would have kept it.
That's true.
Yeah, I was gonna say, here, let me see if I can find it. Book with a map. Is that one?
It would have just been map of the Sword Coast.
Map has a layout of Neverwinter Forest with the red X with a circle around it.
It wouldn't have been that one. This one would have
Okay.
shown markings in blue. Markings in blue and markings in black. It would have
Right.
shown
Blue
it
and
would have
black.
shown distinction between both different cults.
Yes.
Where there are also far more markings in blue. So I'm gonna mark that. Ask Vox for the other map.
Yeah, I don't think I have it, but fuck it. If nobody has it, I mean, I guess I have it.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of you guys would have.
For the sake of storytelling, somebody has it.
So, and then I'm gonna lay them side by side. As I'm looking at the markings on the map, is there anything written, like magically?
No.
It's just markings.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna look at the 2 of them and try and note what are the differences I see between this map and the other map. Is it just that the other map has black markings and this one does not?
You see that there are motes of arcane energy rising up like small pillars of light in places where you guys have the blue markings on your other map marked. However, there is one that stands out that is not on your map.
And where does this mark seem to be?
It seems to be along the coast, north of Phandalin. Well, not quite all the way up to Neverwinter, but seemingly in between Leylon and Neverwinter. I would say it's probably just like maybe halfway between where you are now and Neverwinter. So like 3/4 of the way up from Leylon.
Okay. So I'm gonna point that one out to everybody that I've just marked and say, it looks like that map has the trackings and important points from both cults. This one is obviously just for the cult of Talos, but this point here is not on that other map. Is that Is that the closest point to us?
Possibly. Yeah, I think so.
And does it denote importance over the other magical markings I see on there?
I would say that mote of light is definitely more prominent.
Okay.
It's like it's thicker, it's like a
That boy.
a larger like pillar of light streaming up from the map.
And
Okay.
Ronnie, sorry, can you tell us one more time what you said, where you said it was at?
It was about like halfway between where you are now and Neverwinter, but along the coastline.
Okay.
So, okay. I'm gonna take off my glasses, put my finger on the map at that spot and say, this spot right here seems to be, not only is it not on the other map, but it seems to be the largest point. It also happens to be the closest one to us. I think that's where we go next. That's probably where what's her name is. That's probably where she took the bard. Either way, it's important to them. And if we're gonna stop what they're planning, that's where we go. What do you think? I'm gonna look up to Tybalt.
We were originally going to back to Leylon, right?
Correct.
Yeah, which we can still do.
Okay. I think we need to go to Leylon. There's a few things that we've asked to be made that we have to pick up.
Yes.
Like what?
The ring of spell storing.
Mm-hmm.
We asked the wizard to
Make us one. And he said
help
it would take.
craft it.
He said it would take a couple weeks.
Yeah. And we also wanted to go back and see if we can make some teleportation circles, some anchors, so to drop a teleportation circle.
Yep.
Go back to the temple, talk to the clerics maybe for some more info, but I guess now we have more info, so we don't need to do that. But I think the ring of spell storing can be a huge advantage.
It would be a huge boon, and also I can stop. What's that blacksmith's name in Leylon?
I don't remember, to be honest with you, off the top of my head.
I don't. He didn't say a name last time. He just said there was a half orc part blacksmith there.
We know, yeah, we know her name. I just forgot. It's been a long ass time. But
I can find out. Give me 1 second. Braltora.
Braltora, that's
Renan.
right. So we see if we can anchor with teleportation circle. You get that ring of spell storing. I can spend the day with Braltora and see if I can bring her up to speed on how to create a magical forge, so she can not only be of use to Vox, but all of us in the future. Re-up, and we tackle this spot.
We also have to take Emilu to
Leylon, right?
Leylon. That's what she
That's
was
perfect.
going.
It'll only take
Yeah.
us a couple days. I mean, we've already stopped this part of the summoning. I'm sure it'll set them back. I think we can afford a couple of days to get back to Leylon. But I mean, it's up to the group. We vote on it.
Our only two options are going straight there, or go to Leylon first and then head north.
I vote for Leylon.
Same.
Yeah, sure.
Vox.
I'll vote.
What'd you say, Papias?
I vote Leylon.
Vox, I need you to Give me a survival check.
Okay. Okay. If it involves certain terrains, I might have advantage. But
Which
here
terrains?
is, let's see. Mountains and forests, I have.
It would not be mountains nor forests.
Okay. Okay, then we're good. That's it.
So just a regular old survival check.
It's 13.
13. Sure. As you are seeing where Ebrath is pointing out and where that blip is on the map, you remember to yourself that you have this new Boy Scouts guide to the Sword Coast. And so you kind of like flip through some pages as you like try to like look up a little bit more information about that area that he's pointing to. And you see that it is known for having mile high like cliff sides, very jaggedy rocks, and tumultuous waters that are hard to navigate from sea. And the area is known for being very dangerous for trying to traverse, essentially.
And where was this?
It was along the coast.
Along the coast. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have the map handy? So I can try to get a visual here.
Let me see. Goddamn Zoom! I'm always like on the Zoom trying to like do shit.
Yeah, I know. Same. I now did it to where I minimized the screen share because I have that up anyway. You know, I have my own owlbear up, so I minimize the screen share on Zoom, and then I just show all the portraits instead.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys do it, your layout, but seems to work.
That's what I used to do. I'm sharing right now, so I see my screen.
Oh, okay, you're the one sharing it? Yeah, that kind of limits you a little. So you have Fiona again, Edgar? Do you like have her normally during the week, or?
Yeah, she's chilling here for now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, right.
We got her beds. We got her like 2 beds set up, and we just just showed her how to like go out to the balcony.
Right.
Nice.
And she'll go out to the balcony and jump onto the ledge and just hang out there. Just
hell yeah.
We're no longer fearful that she's gonna jump off, so she's just like,
dude, that was a legitimate concern with Cass when we first got her. Francine was like, don't let her be out there by herself on the patio, and I'm like, she'll be fine. And she has never like jumped off or anything, you know, but you could tell like she had never been around heights like this, because her first couple of times going out onto the patio, she sort of freaked out. And yeah, it was a little nerve-wracking the first couple of times, but you know, it's like at some point you're like, hey, they're fine, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's better that they realize how high they are as opposed to like seeing something they want to chase and they just like jump without knowing.
Yeah,
just fall, you know,
for sure.
Because some dogs are dumb enough to do that.
Yeah,
they
I
get
believe
too
it.
excited and they jump.
Yeah.
And cats too, for that matter. If I had an orange cat, they'd never go outside.
Dude, orange cat is the craziest. I used to have an orange cat, and it was the best cat I've ever had. I've ever known.
Right,
yeah, orange cats. Orange cats are legit.
It was cool because it thought it was a dog. Like it would like fetch, and like I could call it, and it would come like on command, and it was just very social and like very emotive, I suppose. Like the way that cats typically aren't. Like cats are very like I don't know. Like they're by themselves and they don't give a fuck if you want them to come unless they're like interested. You know, it's like all on their fucking time. But
Their terms.
yeah.
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 I
No.
like how you're talking about Orange Cats as mine is literally playing with a piece of receipt.
Exactly.
No.
Orange cat fucking energy, bro.
Hey, Miko's the man, all right.
Ay, pendejo. He's cute though. He's lucky.
He's lucky. Okay,
you see the
so
map?
here's the map. Here's a map. Thank you. All right, so where we're talking about, where I'm just like the coast is rough, is that near this Tower of Storms that you're showing here?
Yeah, it'd be kind of like over like in this Tower Storms area.
That whole stretch?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thought we had a marked map, but if we don't, um, I guess I'll point that out to everybody. And, particularly the map that Ebrath is marking up. That way we can hopefully try to consolidate everything into like one area.
Yeah, I think we lost the marked up map to Owlbear 1.0.
Yeah, we did because
Oh,
we had all the
okay.
annotations.
Fuck, yeah, it had everything on there.
In fact, I couldn't even find the like blank Sword Coast map. This is like the DM one. But yeah. That sucks.
Well, if we can get a marked up one, I guess a new one going. Can I mark it? I think I can, huh?
Yeah, you can I swear I have like a blank one that we were using, but oh, here it is right here. Watch. Shit. Yeah. See, but like this one doesn't have any of our other stuff either.
Oh shit. It's not quite what I meant to do, but I guess it kind of works.
Who's drawing a Pinor?
Can I move it? Fuck yeah.
I cast Fireball.
Spans like 15 miles. I don't know. I was trying to mark the area you were just talking about, Ronnie. It seemed like I don't know why it's not translucent though. What the fuck's going on over there, guys? What is this? Was that like a rock stack? Like when you stack up all the little pebbles?
Yeah.
It kind of looked like when Kirby like absorbs Yoshi.
I was trying to get like an X out of it, but I guess you gotta do one of these.
It's a big ass X.
That's why we resize it, bro. What?
What?
Spin it,
What's over there?
pop it, twist it.
Twist it,
Dude, I was so good at that.
drop it.
I would just like zen out and just like not think about anything and just like listen to it and just like fucking.
Yeah. Because we would get, what was it? They were. It was skulls, right? Was it skulls or what were the markings? Or were they just different colors?
I don't remember honestly. It's been a minute.
So you're saying the one marking that the new one is along the high road?
No, it's along the coastline.
Oh, along the coastline. Okay. So that the orange marking it's somewhere in there.
Yeah, it's quite the envy on the coast.
Yeah. Okay. And currently we are.
You're about where the like Tribord Trail meets the high road.
Okay.
You got that junction, yeah.
So we would lose some time going down. Then back up. What did
Kind of.
Vox learn from his role?
I was gonna say,
From
Vox
survival?
learned that the area that is described is an area of having like dangerous, craggy kind of cliffs that are, very high up, with jagged rocks kind of at the base of the cliffs, making it difficult to navigate via water and difficult to navigate via land. So you have to figure something out.
And that's where the
Oh.
glowing is coming from, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Gonna have to talk to people at Leylon.
I mean, they might know something,
It
Alright.
might be able to help us prepare also.
That's where we'll go. And away we go.
We're going to Leylon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Cool. As you guys get in your wagon, you see that your horse has been fed and bathed, kind of groomed a little bit by Kurog, and you find sacks of cured meats and nuts and fruit, kind of as food for the journey home. Give
Did
me
we grab
a
Emalu?
Emalu tags along.
Okay.
Give me a survival check.
I'll lead the pack. I have a pretty good survival bonus here. 14.
Cool. The high road is a very established road that is pretty easy to follow along as well. It's not paved, but it's been like stomped out so that it's very clear path. You're on the road, and it's fairly easy to follow. With the 14, that's not a problem. It's going to take you about a day's journey to get down to Fandolin, Leylon. Is there anything you guys would like to discuss along the way? Maybe a nice, good old round of what the fuck is up with that?
Ooh, yeah. I'm
Sure.
down with that.
Everybody roll me a d20.
Oh, I am so fucked.
I got a 17.
You don't play the game, you just fall off the cart.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
What did everybody else get?
I got a 17.
7.
16.
And Palpius?
Got a 5.
What'd you get, Dave?
I got a 1.
Sure.
Yeah.
So Ebrath, you win this round. You can ask Vox something that ends with what the fuck is up with that?
Hey, so turns out like your lady friend's like super fucking evil. What the fuck is up with that?
Well, first of all, we don't know that she's evil for sure.
Bro, what? What do you mean?
We don't know what the motives are. I haven't spoken with her. I don't know what's going on here. She might be forced to be doing this.
She's
What if
leading
they
everybody.
stole, what if they stole our daughter? How would you feel if your kids were being threatened?
I mean, I don't have a child, but I am trying to
What if
resurrect
Blast
the
was
only
being
child.
threatened?
I mean, that's kind of why I'm back awake, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know that I would intentionally try and be summoning a fucking ancient evil god of the sea.
Well, maybe you don't love your child enough.
Maybe I
But
don't, man.
if you could, wouldn't you, for your child?
Mm,
Would you not destroy everything around you for
like,
your
would
kin?
I kill you guys? Like if it brought Blast back? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you guys would understand, you know?
So
I
you have to
don't-
understand that
But you're making an assumption.
it's a possibility, Ebra.
Maybe, but like you don't even remotely know that that's the case.
And you don't know that it's not.
I'm just saying you're making a lot of assumptions without
It's
any
one
real
assumption.
evidence. That's
It's one.
it's a big assumption without any evidence. That's all I'm saying.
So what do you propose exactly?
Well, we got to stop her.
Right?
I'm just saying, I don't want you to go into this assuming the best of her. If it does have to do with your daughter, cool. Like, I'll have your back. I'll help you. But what if that's an entirely independent thing? You know, what if saving your daughter, which we need to do if she's in danger, definitely. But what if that has nothing to do with why homegirl is doing what she's doing?
Now you're making assumptions.
My assumption is just as valid as yours.
What do we know about what she's done?
She's going to be leading the pack when it comes to Talos activities in the area. She's now been cited at 2 of them and has like given orders and then left.
This is true.
So I'm just saying, man, I'm not saying it's not possible that what you're hoping is correct, but I don't want not just you, but us and everyone else to take the brunt if what you're hoping is true is not true. If it is 100%, let's figure out what we need to do to help her and help your daughter. But we also have to be prepared for the possibility that that's not the case. That's all I'm saying.
I appreciate your concern, Ebra. I'm prepared for any outcome. I need to talk to her until I hear from her and why she's done what she's done.
Okay.
My guess is as good as yours. It's a guess. There's nothing more.
Right.
If
That's
you
all I'm
had
saying.
been through what we've been through, you'd understand that sometimes you do things that are not your will. And sometimes they're impossible decisions. And being placed in a predicament of equally fucked up circumstances. Sometimes you need to pick the best of them, even if it's not a good choice. So until I speak with her, I really can't give you more. I agree with you. I will try to go into it with a neutral heart, although that may be a little bit difficult. I have a history with this person. It's been so long. We went through so much together. There has to be a reason.
And hey, man, if you're preaching to the choir, I know all about being put in shitty situations to try and save the one you love. If I didn't think lying to you all about what I was about was the right move, I wouldn't have done it. I had no way to know any of your true intentions until we had been traveling for quite some time. And even then, at that point, there's no way to broach the subject. I get it. I'm just saying, I know where it got me and the hole I'm having to dig myself out of with all of you. And that's orders of magnitude less severe than what we're running ourselves into, at least in the short term. Who knows what that's going to lead us to, but as someone that's been there and has an idea of what you're going through, obviously everyone's journey is their own, and I can't say that I know exactly what you've been through because I haven't. No one can say that. But I don't mean to make light of your situation. This is coming from a place of friendship and love. I just don't need you to be blindsided by the very real possibility of what we may find. That's it.
Let's get something straight, Ebrath. You made it very clear we're not friends.
Hey man, I thought we had figured that out. I'm helping you, aren't I? I'm putting the tools in your hands to get what you want, not asking you any questions. I
You've
mean,
done a good job. You've made some good progress in earning back my trust, but we're not quite there yet. You said some very hurtful things.
I don't disagree. I said what I thought was the right thing in the moment. But it did hurt me to do so, and I apologize.
I know you do. And I may forgive you in time. I probably will, but we're not there yet. And I will still have your back in combat. We're allies. We're not quite friends yet.
Understood and understandable. But just know that when I say I have your back, in combat, of course, please don't ever misjudge that. Any of you. But I do mean this as a friend. Guard your heart against what we may find.
Right. And at this point, I probably have some kind of drink since we're playing What the Fuck Is Up With That? And that is a typical drinking game. I'll cheers Ebrath, take a nice big swig. We'll figure this out. I appreciate your words.
Also, can I ask you one more thing? This is not a what the fuck is up with that. It's just, what are you wanting me to make?
I grabbed my flail out of my bag, and with just kind of a big thump, landed on whatever surface is around, table or floor or wherever we're at, whatever.
You're in a
is,
wagon, so it'd
convenient.
probably be your like lap at best.
Okay, I'm not gonna thump it into my lap. Like me,
You don't whip it out and just fucking lay that thing down.
Like a
it's like roll for piercing damage. No, I pull it out. I just kind of place it between us. There's a little bit of a thunk, but it's not anything too crazy. This was the instrument of my torment against me for years. I lost track of time. I killed the motherfucker that used this on me. And it haunts me till today. Even now, pulling it out, it haunts me. But I'm ready to transform that power from something to be nervous about and afraid of to something I can harness in a better way. I could use your help with that.
Okay, I can do that. Pretty
Ebrath, give me an
things.
investigation check.
Okay. Investigation check. $19.
As you kind of look over the flail that Vox has on him, you notice that it's a little bit different than a traditional flail, whereas one normally has like a rod with a spiked ball attached via chain. This one has it has three different chains with spikes attached to it.
Okay.
You definitely get a sense that there is a magical property to this flail. This isn't like I said, it's not a regular flail. It's definitely magical in nature. But as you look over it, you gather that there's enough source material here as far as like the metal that was used to forge the weapon and the wood and used for the staff, that you could probably kind of reshape this into something else with enough time and resources. It might take some like ability checks, but you think that you might be able to get something like that done.
Okay. After I examine the flail, in my
Knowing what
hand.
you know about like um adding like different attunements to weapons and different magical properties via your own what's your fucking class?
Artificer.
Artificer, tools and magics, the way you're able to enhance armor and enhance magic items, create magic items. You gather that, you feel confident enough that, with a couple skill checks, you might be able to work this into something else that's more usable for Vox.
Okay. I'll like, as Vox finishes speaking, I'll look down at the flail and kind of reach my hands forward tentatively towards it and say, look up at him and say, may I?
I hand it over.
And this thing's fucking huge, just fucking clangs into my lap. I'm like, shit. Okay. As I look it over, has this weapon been identified?
Oh yeah, many times over.
Okay. So I'm gonna look over it and kind of just play out my investigation check. I'm gonna hold my hand over the haft, look at the chain links of the 3 appendages of the flail, look over the spiked balls, and feel the energy that was once a completely neutral
Fucking-
magical
So-
weapon, and see more, feel that it has been corrupted by years and years of use with malicious intent. As I'm looking down on it, you do that thing where you like unfocus your eyes and you can see something in the background or the foreground.
Yeah.
hmm
I
The
do
optical
that.
illusions.
Yeah, I do that while looking down at the flail, and I see licks of dark eldritch energy flowing off of it. Think like in Yu Yu Hakusho when the bad guys would power up,
Yeah.
like that.
Oh well, I don't think Dave ever watched Yu Yu Hakusho, but
No, but yeah.
No.
But so just like I would say just like a very dark, gross looking energy, if you can visualize it, like core of black with the outermost flame of it licking off is like a dirty purple red, and it has no semblance of how the energy wicks off of the item, whereas things with divine energy seem to uniformly coalesce and disperse into the atmosphere. I take a few moments as I'm assuming everyone else is carousing, we're getting ready for the next round of the game, and I look up at Vox again and pick it up with both arms, heft it, hand it back to you, and say, what do you have in mind? It doesn't have to stay like I can probably rework it into the same shape with different energy, but I mean, I'm sure I can, but I think I can make it into something more, something better suited to you.
I'm looking for something a little more stabby, maybe something that can hold my arm here, maybe even a pair of them. So I can,
like a cestus?
I don't know what a cestus is.
Like a punching like
blade.
a cestus would be
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, so like
Kind of like
Assassin's
that,
Creed
but
type
something
deal.
something that'll sort of grab my wrist like this,
Like think
and there's a
like
handle.
Voldo in a Soul Calibur.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
maybe
like
maybe not quite
Acestus.
as big, but like yeah, more like Pokey.
Okay.
Looking for maybe if you could help me, if you could help me transform it into something like that, where maybe I could have a pair of them. That would be honestly just one strong one is that would be good.
I think I can do that. Let me get Brelora up to speed. And with their help, I'm sure I can. It'll take a little time. I don't know if I can do it in this next trip to Leylon, but that I may have to just spend all of that getting her up to speed with her smithy, but consider it done.
Thank you. I'll hang on to it until then and grab it and just drop spin to my bag.
Of course. Short friends with
All
you.
right, what's our next round?
Yeah. Tybalt, I will say that with your aptitude for catching things that most people don't, you notice that Gon is a bit more despondent than he normally is, a little bit more separate from the group. Although he's with you, he doesn't seem like he's present mentally. Do you address that with him at all, or?
Did I stop sharing, by the way?
I stopped that because we're just kind of.
Okay. Um, Tibbles leans over and tells Gon, so how did the tea work out for you?
And after maybe just a few moments, Gon quickly realizes that those words were meant for him, and he looks at Tybalt, and kind of like his brain is catching up once more. He realizes that those words were directed from him by Tybalt, and he was like, and Gon goes, "Oh, yeah, the tea was good. Thank you. It definitely helped."
Tybalt, give me an insight check.
17.
Gon, give me a charisma check.
Ah, bitch.
20.
Can I assist Tybalt?
No, you're talking to Vox.
Shit. Okay.
Tybalt, you got a 17?
Yeah, is this something that I'm like consciously pressing on because I could give myself guidance on it?
That's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to roll a 4 to beat
Yeah, I mean, if you want to. I will say that you rolled high enough that you recognize that Gon is responding almost like instinctively or instinctually in his very Gon's very good at talking. Gon's very good at saying the right things when he needs to and when he wants to, and you recognize that he's kind of doing that kind of like on instinct, where that's just his natural reaction to things. You don't necessarily know if he's lying or being truthful per se, but you don't think that he's I guess you recognize that he's kind of just on auto pilot, I suppose, that he's just kind of reacting the way he thinks you would expect him to react.
Mhm. Um, Tibble grabs a bit of incense from his bag and sort of lights it so that it catches and starts creating that stream of smoke, and he'll sort of like waft it into Gon's direction to see if that gets him to sort of snap, focus on the scent and be more present to his surroundings.
Cool. Before we resolve that, Palpius, I need you to give me a history check if you're there.
All right. 9.
9. You have a moment where you like smell the incense that Tybalt's lighting, and like you ever like walk into a place and you swear you've like smelled that smell before, even though it's like your first time ever being there. Like there's something about being outside and like smelling a certain smell that reminds you of like walking to school like on the early mornings of September, or like little moments like that. Like you catch that moment where you like feel nostalgic about it in a way, but you're not quite able to place it.
You mean
Okay.
it's a smelly smell that smells smelly?
Yeah.
This guy.
Like I'll always remember that like in the area of Indio where Wilson Middle was, which is kind of by where the DMV is, off of is it Jackson Street?
Yeah.
Woodrow Wilson was kind of over by Amistad, Andre.
Yep.
I don't know
It
what
was on. It was on
but
one side of the wash.
yeah, I don't know what it was, but there was this one like stretch of like land that always kind of smelled like cereal and also like hot dogs. And I always thought it was a very like unique and distinct smell. And every once in a while, I'll like be out and about and I'll like catch a whiff that like smells something like that. And I remember being like in middle school and like smelling that smell outside and being like, that's a weird smell. And anyway, that's what you experience, Palpy, is you catch a smell of the incense and you get a bit of nostalgia, but you're not quite able to place where the nostalgia stems from. So anyway, yeah, you light your incense and it kind of envelops the covered wagon that you guys are all riding in. What are you doing with that?
I'm hotboxing everybody. Everyone starts to get a memory of their childhood.
Yeah, everyone. Ebrath is like, have you ever smelled like cereal and hot dogs at the same time?
Everyone's like, "What the fuck is a hot dog?"
Yeah.
And Tybalt says, every time I light this, it always smells different to me. Right now I'm getting just the smell of just the smell of campfire, but it's the campfire that after you've walked all day, set up camp, you're tired. The last thing you have to do is wait until the fire goes out, but you just let it run its course. And you just let the fire turn more and more into smoke, and that smell, that expecting to doze off soon, that joy of almost falling asleep is it's what I'm getting. What do you smoke?
And Gon, as Tybalt is telling this story, he's visualizing it in his head, kind of what that would look like, what it would look like for Tybalt as a young kid, and then what that would look like if that were to be Gon in Tybalt's place. And as it's ongoing, it naturally starts to take shape into a memory that Gon had when he was younger. Somewhat similar. Instead of it being a camp, it was a childhood memory of Gon with his family, friends, both parents, friends, and Gon's friends. And it was almost like uh, that smell of a birthday party, but more specifically at the point of having a celebratory song and cheer for the the person's birthday, the celebration of somebody's birth, and um the cakes and the sweets that followed shortly after. um and Gon sort of remembers that this was the turning point. And while he doesn't express that, there's a bit of a realization. Um, and Gon's just really intrigued by this. Um, and so after a bit of a long pause, and you can tell Gon has been kind of thinking, and to the point of Tybalt asking him the question, he sort of continues to furl his brow a little bit more intently, more serious, focused and concentrated. um and after a few moments, Gon says, there is a time um I remember celebrating with friends and family, uh the family that I dislike so much and brought so much hatred and misery and poured that into the world. I never liked them very much, but that memory, I at that point, everything seemed fine. Everything seemed normal. I don't know what it was, but maybe that was the most normal I ever really had. And as he's telling this story, he kind of Gon leans a little bit more towards Tybalt and says, I know something happened. I just don't know exactly what. But from that point forward, it was like a completely different everything. And I think Gon will leave it at that point. And Gon kind of sits back, and without giving more detail, he kind of continues in deep thought, kind of like he wants to say more, but he doesn't, and he just kind of sort of thinks to himself and ponders. And after another short pause, Gon will look at the incense that's still burning, most likely still has a bit more to go. And he'll look at Tybalt and just out of nowhere, just crack a smile, and he'll say, "That smells pretty good," and he'll laugh like that, like a cheerful laugh. And as that like sort of mood lightens, and internally, Gon will be a little bit more present and more sense of self, and he'll grab his cup and he'll say well, I say we should cheers, but I don't really have anything good off the top of my head. Anybody else?
Ebrath, you hear the word cheers and you snap out of your contemplation of Vox's weapon, and you're like, cheers, oh, booze? Like,
I go, oh yeah, to us. Well, to you guys, Vandalorians.
And Tybalt says, should we, of everybody here, almost half of us weren't around when Vandalorians defeated the dragon. I think they've, thanks to Harbin Wester Jr., the name's sort of been tarnished. We can choose to try and turn it around and clear our name, or we can choose to adopt a new name, something that's more us.
What are you thinking?
Well, I know at some point our group were 9, and we're not 9 right now, so I say, in the old language they used to say no meant 9, or 9 that meant no, so 9.
Oh shit.
like Sword Coast 99?
Yeah.
Or the Leylon 99?
The Sword Coast 9.
Who's Boyle? That's what I want to know.
We've expanded.
Who's Boyle?
Remember, Boyle's the best. He's like
Boyle,
the best
yeah.
homie that like anybody could ever have.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the best homie for sure.
I probably lean towards. Well, no, Vox is what's his name?
Terry. He's Terry.
Terry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's 100% Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, for sure. Who's the captain?
Who's Holt?
I don't know if
Probably gone because of how stoic he is most of the time.
is he though? I feel like
No,
it's
I feel like
half and
Gon's
half.
kind of like oh man, he's the tie between like Rosa and what's the main girl's name? Amy? Is her name Amy?
Amy.
Amy.
He's kind of like a few, because like sometimes like he is stoic, but then he's also like really friendly at the same time.
I'd give Rosa over to Margarita's.
Oh yeah.
Character.
Yeah.
For sure,
To
yeah,
Jane.
yeah.
100%.
To Jane.
I mean, I honestly don't think we have a Holt. Who's our Jake though? Is that Tybalt?
I don't think so. I'd say Gon is
More the Tybalt?
is the Jake.
Well, but he has the charisma,
Yeah.
But Jake's whole thing is that he's super dopey and lovable, but he's amazing at what he does.
Right.
Like he's just like insanely competent as
Yeah.
a fucking detective.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like Gon doesn't give off like annoying vibes. Like Jake's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
annoying.
Jake is annoying
I see, I
and
see.
dumb
Yeah.
Yeah.
a
But
lot
like
of the
in
time.
an endearing way.
Yes, like he's like bumbling and charismatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have said Blast, but he's not alive.
That's true.
Blast would have been the perfect Jake.
All right.
I mean, yeah. If it, I
RIP.
mean, we are counting everybody who was ever part of the Mandalorians as
Okay, then
part
yeah,
of the
then
Sword Coast 99.
then yes.
So
So then 100% Jake is Blast.
Ragongar was Holt.
there you go.
Ragongar was Holt. Okay. Yeah, because he was very stoic in general, but like would go off the fucking rails
Yeah. Yeah.
and like would
Okay.
have to be reined back. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like would always
Yeah.
have to be like, yo, fucking calm your shit.
Be like, yeah,
Um,
let's arrest him, and he'd be like, let's kill him and rip him off his toenails one by one.
Yo,
Like, oh,
yo,
chill out.
fucking Don Johnson is the vulture.
Who's
Don John Raskin is the fucking vulture.
John
Who's the vulture?
Raskin.
Yeah. The vulture was the dude who worked for who everyone fucking hated. He was a sleazeball and he would always come in and steal their thunder.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he was-
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember him
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Dude, it's perfect. It's
Yeah,
fucking
that's a good one.
perfect. Then I would say Vox is Terry for sure. We gotta find a Tybalt.
Gotta find a Boyle. That's the most important one.
Yeah, I mean, in like love for the Jake character, it would be Tybalt, but he's also not annoying. Like he's not weird like Boyle, you know?
It might be
Yeah.
Ebrath, dude.
Honestly, yeah, it could be.
Loves fucking Blast.
but they've never interacted. Like, oh, that okay, I just remembered that was our whole talk, was like I was asking how Blast was as a person because I never really got to experience him on his own.
Yeah.
I had to like ask Tybalt like what type of person he really was, you know what I'm saying? Which
Yeah.
is definitely unfortunately not. I would be
and
down
I'd
for
say-
Little Boyle.
I'd say Tybalt is more like Amy if I had to put him into
Yeah,
any
yeah.
role, just because
Yeah,
he's like
wants to
if we're
follow the
going-
rules, always
If
wants
we're
to
going,
be
if
Yeah,
we're,
good.
and if we're
yeah.
going, especially with the Jake dynamic, like you had
Yeah.
to rein him in like a bunch, you know?
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, Tybalt and Blast foot.
I would say, fuck the fuck.
What?
It reminds me of that reel I sent you guys. I think I sent you guys with the mom and the shirts.
I don't remember.
I sent it to you like today, recently. You guys gotta watch them. Anyways,
Honestly, I haven't like caught up on like.
all good. I go on a like a real tear and just send them.
Well, I can see it. I just haven't watched it yet, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. As you guys approach the city, you see walking along the side of the road is a smaller human-sized figure that is wearing a cloak and with a hood pulled up over their head, kind of walking with a steady, brisk pace, very determined. And
Dan the Determined.
Yo, Palpius, wake up.
That felt was tight.
Yeah, you guys see a figure walking alongside the road. The cloak that they're wearing looks a little bit nicer than cloaks you're used to seeing on travelers. Their boots seem to be a little bit less dirty than what you're normally used to.
Oh, it's that bitch. It's fucking.
Any sort of like indicator on like based off of the cloak, like what organization they belong to?
Yeah, do they walk like a coward?
No, very determined, I said. Very
Okay.
sure of themselves, walking with purpose.
Okay.
The cloak, it doesn't have any particular like adornments or like flashiness to it. It's almost more functional over fashion.
but just like a high quality.
But of a higher quality, yeah.
Okay.
How far are we
Um,
from Leyland?
You're like you can see it off in the distance. You're maybe a mile or so, 2 miles out.
How close are we to the figure?
You're closing in on them pretty quickly.
Can I hail them?
Sure.
And at this point, I would assume we were playing this game for the better part of this portion of the day, so we're
Yeah.
a little sauced. And I'll stand up where I'm like sitting next to Vox in like the little driver's seat. Say, hey, traveler, where you headed?
Without turning to address you, the cloak stops in its tracks. And as you get closer, you hear the voice of a woman, low and ominous. And she says, I've been looking for you, waiting for you to return to town. Where have you been?
I'm gonna immediately pull out my weapons and train them on her as we close down. Who the fuck are you?
As the woman removes her cloak and turns around, you see the face of Octavia. As she
Oh.
said, it's been a while, guys. What the
Oh,
fuck? Where
guys
have you
know
guys
this?
been?
You guys know this bitch?
Yeah, we know her.
I'm like, dog,
It's like-
I almost sniped you.
Put your guns down.
Yeah,
She's a
I'll put them in.
friendly.
I'm like, dude, I don't know who the fuck you are, but
Have
you
we
need to
ever
choose your
even
words
met her?
more. Yeah, you guys would have.
Yeah, you guys met her
The very beginning.
Yeah, you guys met her
the very beginning. She's the one that hired you
yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
She hired us via letter.
Yes.
You know, right.
Oh,
but
and
no,
then
but she
she
was there in
showed
the
up.
tavern.
she
We've
showed up.
talked to her since.
She
We've
Yeah,
showed
talked to
she
up
her
was also
one
there
time.
when you guys went to go fight
The dragon.
She was like
Yeah.
there with the town.
Yeah.
Yeah. She
yeah,
showed up with like
I remember
she was
that.
a pre-reinforcements or whatever to be like, hey, they're on their way, but it's not as much as you hoped. Sorry, blah blah blah.
And as a
Um,
reminder, I don't know how many of you know this. I think at least Tybalt, probably gone too. She was instrumental in me escaping from underneath the cult.
Got it.
So I don't think Ebrath probably doesn't know that.
I
Alpius
don't
for
know
sure doesn't
anything
know
about
that.
her. I don't know anything
Yeah.
about her.
Ebrath,
So
give me a history check.
so real quick, as everyone's like, yeah, Vox is like, yeah, we know her. I'm like, fucking, all right, put my shit down. I'm like, yo, you should really choose your words wisely because I almost fucking headshotted you.
She laughs and she says, Ebrath,
How do you know my name?
you wouldn't have had a chance. Let's be real.
I could shoot out her ankles, probably.
Yo, I'm gonna look over to Vox and be like, this bitch can fight or what? Cause I'm feeling a little squirrely. I got
You got some
3
juice
fingers
in
of
you.
meat. I got the juice right now, son.
Give me a history check.
I 18, I already rolled it.
With disadvantage because you're drunk.
Mm. All right, let me roll it again. Take the lowest. That was a 27, so 18 is my lowest.
Yeah, absolutely. Damn. Was that a nat 20?
No,
Oh wow.
it was a 19. That was plus 8.
As it takes you a moment to kind of like search the files in your like
I'm like,
data bank, you do recall seeing a correspondence between Seth the White and a Octavia prior to having obtained the
decor.
Kyber Dragon Shard that enabled him to finalize the plans on Blast. Although you're not sure if you can recall meeting her directly, the name does ring a bell.
So I lower my weapons because of Vox, and it, like you said, it takes me a second to like be like, oh shit, boom. As that clicks, I raise my hand back up, and I go, how do you know that name?
And she says,
That's not my name. How do you know it?
I know a lot about you, Ebrath. I remember the person who you fashion yourself after very well.
I'm gonna ask you again. How do you know what he called me?
And she's
And I'm
gonna
gonna
look
start.
at
And I'm
at
gonna
the
start
rest of the
charging a
group.
firebolt.
She's gonna look at the rest of the group and kind of for like reassurance, and she says, Ebrath, I was one of Zeth's connections to the underground, to the black market, and a contact he used frequently. I'm surprised you don't recall seeing my name in his notes.
I recall your name. That's not what I was asking. This group of people are the only ones that know that name besides my father. And either you're much better at your job than he thought, or you've been in contact with him. Either one of those, I don't like.
She says, well, like I said, take your shot. You wouldn't stand a chance.
I'm gonna like half look back at Tybalt.
And Tibble just puts his hand up and just like tells you to like lower your weapon and says, she was the one that recruited me and Gone and Blast. I wouldn't put it past her to have known Zeth a lot more intimately than we did.
I holster my all-purpose tool and kind of just plop down on like the backrest, cross my arms and say, "Oh, great! So she was the one who hired you guys and ended up killing my brother. No big deal. Why are you looking for us?"
She says, well, I have official business to speak to you about. And I was just heading to Leylon to meet you there.
Octavia, let's go. This is no place to be discussing. I know that typically when we talk, it's no short matter. Let's get somewhere comfortable
And she
and
says,
somewhere we can rest.
yeah, about that specifically, actually. I have some news. And she kind of looks in regards the lot of you, and she says, you all have been officially recognized by Neverwinter as a official faction going forward. Your deeds in Phandalin and your successes down in Leylon have not fallen on deaf ears, and you have the support of the crown. We are being given a home base of sorts in Leylon to have as our own. We will be using that as a base of operations going forward. I have a few additional contacts that will be meeting us there, acting as supporting roles for you all going forward. I assure you that this is a very good thing. It's a very good thing for all of us. There are a few new faces here. Some I haven't seen in many years. Some I've never seen. But I think things are on the rise for the Fandalorians or whatever you guys go by nowadays.
Octavia, with funding comes expectation. What does the crown expect of us? What are we? What vision does the crown have of this group?
Well, for one, we no longer have to work under the pretense that we are somebody we're not. We are officially recognized as a faction that works independently. However, your deeds have been appreciated by the crown, and should we need to ask for assistance, I believe that we are in a position to leverage ourselves in a way that would be very beneficial to you and your mission.
Who, when you say the crown, who recognizes? Who's the authority here?
Well, as you know, there is no king in Neverwinter. However, the steward of the crown is aware of the dealings that you have been dealing with, and recognizes the threat that these cults present, and would like your assistance with containing this issue.
So are you to act as our intermediary, Octavia? Are you the one in communication with the crown?
Of sorts, yeah. I am utilizing my network of, and she looks over at Ebrath. She's like, my network of spies and intel, and using that to convey messages as necessary, and getting our message into the ears of the right people.
Fair enough. I appreciate your help with this. I'm a little excited to see our base of operations here. What part of town is it in? Can you take us there? Shall we?
Well, let's head into town. There's lots to address. I'm sure you have some business with the town council to debrief them on whatever dealings you were working on with them, and it's going to take some time, but it slowly but surely will get it built up, and the town itself has been coming together a lot more swiftly now that a lot of the issues with the trade routes along the high road have been cleared up. Sounds like whatever issues they were having with lizard people has been dealt with, and the town has been able to make a lot of progress as far as its reconstruction efforts. You guys have been recognized as a key part in that and are being rewarded with this house, essentially.
Well, we could sure use a win right now.
Yeah, about that. I received word that the cults have been pushing more and more heavily into the Sword Coast as a whole, not just near Phandalin and Leylon. There are reports of zombies being seen down in the Mere of the Dead Men. There are reports of ships being crashed out at sea along the Sword Coast, and more likely than not, these are the cults acting on their missions, and We're gonna need to find out what the fuck is up with that.
We absolutely will. Unfortunately, it's going to have to wait. We have some things to address first, and then we can tackle the problems along the coast and the Mirror of Dead Men. We've known about these issues for some time now. As tragic as they are, we can't contain it all overnight. It's going to take a bit.
She says there is one more issue that I do want to bring to your attention. And she pulls out several scrolls, and she passes one to each of you, and says, "You gotta see this." She gives you each a scroll and invites you to open it.
Okay. I open mine.
You unravel yours, and you see a depiction of your face on the parchment with the words "wanted."
Oh, fuck.
How many
Mm.
berries?
Huh?
How many berries?
Berries?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it's the currency in One Piece. They'll have more
Oh,
answers.
500,000 gold.
Oh my god.
500,000 gold?
Yeah. As
I-
it says, wanted for the kidnapping of our young son. If anybody has news, please bring them to us, and any information about Gon Terrellian to the Terrellian estate.
Man.
And as you all unravel your scrolls, you'll see that each of you have your own wanted poster.
For the same reason?
Yep.
All of them. So Gon doesn't get a scroll, right?
Gon gets a scroll. His
And it has his own
What does
face.
his say?
it's something a little different, but yeah.
What does it say?
I'll open mine.
It says missing, presumably kidnapped. If you have any information, please contact the Terrellians in Neverwinter.
So they're in Neverwinter, huh?
Well, it seems like that's where they are spending most of their time nowadays. And as you know, they have several estates across the Sword Coast, but it seems like they have been staying closer to the political climate of Neverwinter as of late.
I
Are
can
these-
guarantee you those southern estates they've never been to.
Are these up in Leylon?
Ebrath, they're everywhere. They're currently being circulated all across the Sword Coast.
Gon, what the fuck? What do we do here? How do we fix this?
I look at Vox and I say, well, they're looking for me, right? Best bet is for me to not be me. Octavia, you have any contacts that can help with that?
I think I could drum something up. Sure, there is a magic item that we could find that would help with creating an illusion of sorts. We'll figure
And
it out.
Do we want to shave your head? I pull out one of my blades.
and not not extremely reactionary, but you see just a little bit of nervousness and from Gon and say, I think we can do better than that.
I don't know, buddy. They're right here if you let me know.
I mean, I can handle myself, but does that mean? Well, realistically, if I have time, Oh wait, no, I can't. No, it's only on a level.
All right, Ronnie, I'm about to fuck up your brain here. Because I'm made of earth and I have mold earth, am I able to change my appearance?
No, I would say no. Because
Oh,
that's
come
a like actual
on.
mechanic
Oh.
that you don't have.
Oh, come on.
I can change.
Because like that's an actual spell that you would have to like learn and cast in order to disguise self. Disguise self is the spell, and like you can't just piggyback that onto another ability.
Fine.
Okay. Okay, guys, it's fine. I can change. I can change 4 of us. Actually, realistically, I can change all of us if needed. It would only last for an hour. So that means this town that we saved, we're not safe in.
Well, that's where things get weird. I think more than anything, there is just going to be a little bit more pressure on you with the general public. Obviously, the people that you have helped are well aware of who you are and what you're about. But 500,000 is a lot of gold, and as Gon could probably speak to this, money changes people.
I turned myself in for 500,000 gold.
And
We'll keep it safe for you, buddy.
she hands you one Palpius, and when you open it up, it just looks like Shrek.
This is what?
Shrek.
Looks
Shrek.
like Shrek.
But like the drawing, the like wanted
Yeah,
drawing of Shrek.
with like fire coming out and shit.
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
It's all crudely drawn.
Yeah, like Sokka drew it.
Oh shit.
Real quick, I just want to say I love how in Korra when they're all doing like art and stuff. What's his name? The youngest one that like always farts.
Oh yeah, the best one, the actual like prodigy airbender.
What's his name?
He-
Mimi?
Miko.
What's his name? Miko.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
Milo. Miko? No.
Milo.
Milo,
Milo.
I think,
Milo,
yeah.
Milo.
Well, Milo's is all like fucking hyper realistic and like he's like looks like Napoleon with his fucking like hat and like
Yeah.
all this, like fucking war medals and shit. And then the like kid is just like, this is stupid. Or he like said something like everyone else is all just like regular paint. He's all fucking exquisite.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Octavia says, we're on one hand we have the official acknowledgement from the crown, but on the other we have wanted posters putting a very large target on the back of your heads. Goes without saying, but we should proceed with caution. I don't know how necessary it will be to pretend to be somebody or not, but we definitely have to be careful moving forward.
That's fine. I consider it done.
Are there any magical items we can request from Neverwinter that will change our appearance for more than an hour? Just as long as we wear the ring or the item.
She says, yeah, like I said, we are there there is magic out there that could accomplish that goal. Although I don't have an answer for you now. It's something that we should definitely look into. I plan on utilizing the Mage Tower in Leylon for its vast library and resources of magical knowledge. And I think if we put our heads together, we can figure something out.
Is that where
Okay.
our base station is now?
No, the tower is still a place of research and development for the town as far as their magical endeavors. The magician there is working hard on getting it um, up and running again as a experimental facility, looking to explore the options of certain magics, and definitely something that we should utilize going forward.
So with you accompanying us, are we safe in Leylon?
Without me, you are safe in Leylon. Like I said, the council is very appreciative of everything you've done for Leylon, and I don't think you have much to worry about for now. The wanted posters haven't breached many places, but they will be pouring out soon. It's just something that we could get ahead of, but for now, I think be cautious about dealing with the general public, but know that the council has faith in you and knows that you're not some evil organization out to do them harm.
Okay. So as long as we stick to the places that know us, Leylon, Phandalin, we're safe.
Correct, but out on the road, in the wilderness, watch your backs.
Okay.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Um,
We already have plenty of targets on our heads, like Colts. We can manage. And as I say, we can manage. I'll look at Gon and just sort of nod, sort of directing it towards him.
And I look at Tybalt and I'll nod back at him and say, Octavia, there's something that I need you to look into. Maybe it can help with our disguise. And I will hand her a small parchment folded in half, squared off, and just put it in her hand and just let her know. It might not mean anything, but if you can get it into the right hands, I have one contact within the royal kingdom in Neverwinter. Has always been a good friend, and unfortunately had to cut ties with me when I fled in order to keep them safe. This is going to bring them a little bit of danger, but it might be worth it, especially with what's at stake here. Like I said, it's in the parchment, and they'll know.
And she doesn't open it and just kind of keeps it close to her chest, and you'll see that she like slips it into like a breast pocket in her cloak, like an inside pocket, and she'll say, thank you, Gon. All your help is greatly appreciated. We will be discreet with our communications. I know how much safety is a concern of yours, and I rest assured that my connections are very good at making sure that their communications go unnoticed by the people that they don't want them to know about.
And I nod. I'll take a small step forward and I'll extend my hand and say, thank you.
She says, of course, we're all in this together. With that, I'll say that you guys are approaching the Leylon town walls. You'll see that it has now been built up into what's the word I'm looking for? Like they have like the drawbridge, not drawbridge, but like the one that goes like up and down. Like somebody would have to like crank it open.
Oh, yeah,
What
it's
is
kind
it,
of
a fucking
kind of a
That's a
castle?
drawbridge.
That's a drawbridge,
that
right?
is a drawbridge.
No,
Does it
drawbridge
open
is
like
the one that
this?
goes like
Are you talking about the one that goes like this?
Like
Like
this.
two
No,
doors?
no, one that goes all the like up by
Oh,
chains.
oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
know
a
what
it's
you're
a gate.
saying.
Open the
Just a, yeah,
gate.
it's just a
yeah,
fucking
yeah, like a
gate.
town gate or whatever. You'll see that there is two guards at the gate, and they stop and address you. They say, "Halt there! Who goes there?"
He
No,
fucking
mama.
It's
move up.
What?
it's the journeying group,
Tibble,
I
what did
guess.
you say it was called? The
The
99?
99. They wouldn't know that though. We're the
Doesn't
group
matter.
formerly known as the Fandalorians.
And he says, "Fandalorians, they're this one reads too much into the fairy tales." And they both kind of,
Who's your captain?
oh, you'd have to talk to Sergeant Yoram. He's our fearless leader.
Great, Yoram. Where is he?
Oh, he's in the town council hall. State your business.
We're here to do business in the city that we saved.
Okay, well, don't cause any ruckus. And the gate opens up.
As we go past, do I see anybody that we've interacted with in the past, like guard wise?
Yeah, you yeah, you see a familiar face, and he is one of the guards on the other side of the wall, kind of like up in the like top portion of it. I can't think of I need to learn fucking like
English?
medieval lingo. But up on the gate, like look out, and you see that it is the Private Vester Jessup, who you had previously saved from the lizard people.
Is that Belaura's husband?
Yes.
Beltora?
Breltora. I'll look over
Breltora.
and wave. Say, hey, what's up, buddy?
And he says, "Oh, you all, long time no see, huh? You've been all over this grass flatland out here, have you?"
Yeah, you wouldn't know the half of it, man. How you guys okay? Everyone's fine. It looks like the battlements have been rebuilt pretty well.
Yeah, no, things are great. Things are great. We're just rebuilding the town and chugging along. How have you been, man? You look good. You look good.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. We've been through a lot recently, but we got through it. Actually, I need to see your wife. Is she in her smithy?
Oh well, first of all, we're not married, so it's
Well,
careful with what you say, bro. You're gonna get me in trouble.
you know what I mean.
Yes, Breltora, she is in the smithy. You'll head over down into the center of town, and you'll see the different shops and working areas, and I'm sure you'll find her. She's quite hard to miss.
Perfect. Hey, man. Well, I'm glad you're back in fighting shape after all that shit in the mirror. But good to see you, man.
Yeah. Hey, take care and be careful. Don't walk off the edge. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna look back and say I don't know what that joke means, but all right,
Telling dad jokes.
all right, man. Take it easy.
Hey,
And
take it easy.
I'll look back at like the fucking the guard at the gate and be like, okay, peace.
And they just kind of like roll their eyes.
And as we leave, I'm just gonna flip them off as we fucking roll through.
Jessup?
No, not him. The guy at the gate.
Oh, they're gonna like as the gate closes, they're like they notice that they're like, and like the gate stops them, and they're just gonna let it go, and they kind of like flip you off back, but a little bit too late,
Yeah, so I mean, do you guys want to head to the tower first? I personally want to hit the smithy first, but I can do that by myself and meet up with you guys later.
No, I do want to hit the smithy first too. But how much longer are we gonna go? Because I kind of need to go. So if you guys are gonna go for a while, I'll just dip out. But if we're ending soon, I'll wait.
No, I definitely need to get going soon too. I got to drive to the desert. I just wanted to get to Leylon before we finalize anything. We could definitely call it here. This would be a good place to stop.
We can call
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
And
More stuff to do next time as a,
Yeah, and that way we're like just getting in, right?
yeah, like there's still a lot of talking we're gonna have to do. So
Do we get to level up?
not yet. No.
No, Sal, we don't level up in this game.
Don't say fuck
Fucking
no.
never, bro.
I like how
fuck
Sal
no.
plays once a year and is like, do we level up?
That's what he's playing for. You know, you have the players that are RP, you have the players that are more combat, then you have Sal. He's like, I just
I
level
never
up.
would have thought. I never would have thought that Sal
Bro.
would be like an RP heavy player.
What?
And
But
you would think like the
what's-
barbarian wants to be in battle.
You know what is
combat.
hilarious though is that like both Sal and Margarita have shown up at level ups before.
Yeah.
They both
Yeah.
legit have shown up when we like I think they both showed up at level 8. And Margaret was like pissed because she was already level 8. She was like, all right. I
Oh,
don't get
yeah.
shit." Yeah, she was like, I don't get
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, cool guys. Yeah, that's a good place to call it. We will have to talk to
Reconvene.
some NPCs next week or whenever we play. The town council will want to talk to you for sure. You guys have to turn in your requests still. And
That's where we're leveling up.
Maybe. I hope so. God damn.
and then
It is 100%.
Wait, okay, so let me I've taken extensive notes despite nobody else in this goddamn group ever taking notes.
Yo, I take notes, Dave. Dave, look. Here's what my notes are.
No, fuck that. That's only as good as the computer. So
Arian does not need notes.
Yeah,
Wait,
honestly,
I drew-
all I gotta do is
can't really see
roll a
it. Wait,
history
hold on.
check.
no,
I
now
can
the
see it.
background fucks it up.
I'll take it. I'll take it off. I was gonna say I drew
Pinors.
I drew a note. Yeah.
Bro. Did you guys before we log up? Did you guys see that fucking picture of my son all fucked up?
What happened?
Bro, how dare
Oh,
you?
fucked up.
So I was
It's like that episode of
Oh.
I Love Lucy where
so it happened, dude. It happened at like 4:30. I was at work.
Oh shit! What happened? I didn't see that one.
So
I'm seeing it
I
now.
was at work. Brianna, we should probably take it off live. We're not talking about my fucking baby get all injured and shit.
he's
YouTube.
Well, take the stream off. At
got the
least.
alibi ready.
Take the stream off.
Yeah, I'm about to right now.
There you go. There's my notes. It's a